Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. Starting by giving tzedakah, gedol tzedakah, shmekeros agula. Starting Parak Beis of Maamer Yudches of Kuntres. And today we're going to focus on Noam ben Tzelya. That means Hashem should be healthy and safe. We should hear only good news from him, from her, and from all the yidden in Eretz Yisroel and all the soldiers. And we shouldn't bend to political pressure. Should do what's right. Should have the ultimate goal already. And again, like we said before, through our own goal of our working on ourselves and trying to be the best people and waging our own war within us, it helps the larger war of Galus. Okay, so very basic. So basically, today we're going to discuss Gvura. We had one of the questions we had is this: there was a concept of the Gevuras, 5 severities, and we asked, how does this fit in to this whole concept of Yom Kippur and the Sesame Tshuva, which is all about Hashem's kindness? We don't want Gvura over there; we want kindness. That's when Hashem's very merciful and things like this. So what's going on over here? And B'chal, you can ask the question: what do we want? Do we want Chesed or Gvura in our lives? So seemingly, I would say most people would say, I want Chesed. Chesed is kindness, is easy, it's giving. Gvura, severities, is disciplined, strictness, calculated. It's much harder. It seems Chesed is much easier and Gvura is much harder. Chesed is giving, give, b'chafshi, freely, easily. Gvura is let's check. Let's see how much you deserve. We would rather not have it that way. But let's see. Parak Beis, and behold, and also just to clarify, we were talking about how the process of Malchus, which is Rosh Hashanah, is Binyan Malchus, and that sort of sets the amount of parnasa and health and sustenance for the whole year. That's what we've been talking about. We're trying to understand, does it work is it once a year? Is it this time of year? Not this time, meaning that time of year of Sesame Tshuva, Rosh Hashanah, Binyan Malchus, and Yom Kippur is when it's finally set. How much you're going to get for the year? Or is it daily, like it says, we're judged every day? Or is it like the story of Yesa, that every day before he ate, even though the food was in front of him, he was still daven for the food? I'm trying to figure out how these all work. How does it work for us? What's the story? Do we need to daven every day for our sustenance, our parnasa? Or can we do it, or was it enough what we did in Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? And if it wasn't enough what we did today, so what did we achieve in Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? Let's see. The source of the drawing down of the flow of godliness from into the sphere of Malchus, that's coming from Keser, which happened in Rosh Hashanah. This is coming from the level of Chesed, of Atik. Atik is, like we said, in Keser, there's 2 levels. There's Arach Anpin and Atik Yomin. So in Atik, in this level of Keser, the Chesed of that level is what's being drawn down. Come into Malchus. It's going all the way down. Like we said before, Keser is like a crown. It's above you. It's like the Ratzin, your will, your deep will, desire to live, things like this. I heard yesterday that our Patil was saying, in the name of Nissen Mengel, that someone asked Nissen Mengel, that he was the guy that survived the Holocaust, one of the youngest. They asked him, where was God? So he said to him, he goes, anyone that survived, it's because God was there. He goes, things didn't make any sense. He goes, no one, doesn't make sense, anyone survived. He said, he was one of the people who went on the death marches. And he said, you walked in the winter, ice cold, and you had just like, one layer of clothing. He goes, you slept on the snow. You partially didn't eat anything, and you ate like snow. And he goes, for weeks you did this. And he goes, it doesn't make any sense. No, it's not possible you survive. So I don't remember how I got into that. But Yeah, anyway, it's a good story. We'll figure out how it goes. It's coming all the way down into Malchus. Hey, hu b'chinas klali, v'lo nischalek lepratim klal. And it's generalized. It doesn't get brought down into details. V'yeshar she's kabel el makablim, and that light by itself, that godliness. No, the reason I brought it down is because of ratzin, because our ratzin to live is so great. It's above all these things. Naturally, logically, we can't survive, and that's what he was saying. Logically, couldn't survive. He was saying it's a miracle. So I'm just adding in. It's also this level of ratzin. You have the desire to will to live, and that's a deep level. And this is the ratzin. When we talk about ratzin, we're not talking about that ratzin, but we're talking about that idea in godly terms, in godliness. We're talking about a deep level of godliness that's being revealed is coming from a deep source. Just like ratzin within us is a very deep source, and it gives us the ability to do things above and beyond what our normal chachma dikka walls can do. So that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, then it's coming, but being that it's from such a high place to get down to our world, it's too powerful. Just like the electricity, if you try to get electricity from the power plant, it's way too much. So it's a very generalized light, and it's not divided into little details. And we, as receivers of meant to be receiving this godliness, or in the case of electricity, meant to receiving the electricity, we can't receive it from the power plant. We're just trying to get water from Niagara Falls. It's not happening. You need to have the whole tzimtzum until you get to your tap. You just turn it on and water comes out. In order for us to be able to receive this light, this godly energy, this is through the hey gevuros, the 5 gevuros, the 5 gevura, holding back, calculated things like this from Atik. Shehein hamachalkim es achesed lachalakim. They take this chesed and they divide it, like the power plants, and they transfuses whatever the terminology is that it brings it down to be able to be brought down so we can plug it in. We have the power in our home. And through that, which is so interesting, but through that, the chesed is revealed. That makes us be able to see the chesed. So it's a very interesting process that happens. And this happens with all of us daily, and especially with teachers, and just in our lives. We have chesed, which is the example of the water or the electricity that's in the power plant. For us, we want to be kind, but the kindness is only being kind when it's infused with gevura. I want to be kind to myself, so I got to have gevura on myself and make sure to go to bed on time. I want to be kind to myself, so I have to have gevura, make sure that I'm seeing the things that are good for me. I'm speaking to myself in a nice way, and you have to have that gevura, you have to have that judgment and that, like, so to speak, severity of like knowing how to be honest, how to hold yourself accountable in a healthy way. And this is what we're saying here. It's not going to go from the chesed straight through if you don't have any gevura. Chesed without gevura is unhealthy. Like I want to feel good, just let me go eat junk food. It's being chesed. Being chesed with gevura is I need to take care of myself, so I'm going to make sure to eat something healthy. And that's hard because you don't want to do it, but that's the gevura that you need. And this is so too with the godliness. The godliness that's being revealed in Rosh Hashanah and Kippur and it's trying to be brought down is humongous, and we can't handle that. It's not going to work. And in that scenario, we would just cease to exist. Or we wouldn't receive that. Wouldn't be kind. We wouldn't get that kindness. But Hashem wants us to be in this world that we feel that separation, and then with that separation, feel connect. So that's why you need the gevura. And it's a very important aspect, having chesed and gevura in our lives. We all want chesed. We have to realize we need more than the chesed. We need the gevura. Because chesed alone is too much, and it's not receivable. Okay, and like the example of rain. And you ever thought about it? Rain is a wonderful, miraculous phenomenon. Because imagine if when it started to rain, it wouldn't rain with little drops that you can walk through the streets no problems. We don't even realize it. We take it for granted. But imagine rained, all that water came down at one point, at one shot. just like, let's say it's meant to rain for a day. So all that rain will come down in 1 minute. It would just destroy everything. It would destroy the houses, destroy the plants. Nothing would survive. But because of this gevura that is put into it, so it comes so perfectly, drop by drop. We can walk, doesn't destroy us, and it's set up so naturally, so good. In gevura, that the rain comes in gevura. Tippin, drop by drop. And this is the true chesed. That's truly chesed. And through that, it sustains the earth. And it causes things to grow. And so what we're showing is that true chesed is with gvura. The chesed of rain, trying to give rain, is only works when the rain is coming with gvura, which is drop by drop. And this is you can apply it to everything in your life. Where am I being too chesedic without the gevura? Am I taking care of myself properly? How am I speaking to other people? Am I taking? Am I having gevura with my kids in class? Chesed without gevura is do what you want. Yeah, we all love you. It's perfect. You're good. And the kids going crazy, running around, destroying the classroom, or also with our own kids, destroying the place. And it's so good. You need gevura. You need that gevura. Excuse me. This is not how we do these things in this house, and we have to behave in a certain way. In the classroom, this is not how we behave in the classroom. If you want to speak, put your hand up, or whatever it is. And understanding that and as we see in the case of the rain, or the case of anything, to be able to receive it, the chesed, we have to have gevura. So too, this all within us, so too when we speak, who curl pashut. What happens when we speak? We have chesed. It flows, sound comes out. So different parts, sounds come out based off the way we move our mouths. So you have from the mouth, the aleph, ches, hey, and ayin comes from one part of the mouth, and then magarid from the throat, gich, which is the gimel, the yud, the chaf, and the kaf. If you say it, you hear it comes from deep in the throat. What does this mean? That al yedei he gevuros, through the 5 severities, through having gevura, minatzpach, marker hadibur. It's the source of the speech. And speech is not the chesed, just air coming out of our mouths. Speech is that chesed of the air coming out of our mouths with the gevura. That's channeling it to specific things. So it has specific sounds. Okay, it is like it says in the beginning of the Zaya, the cup of salvation of bracha. It has to be with the 5 fingers. So when we're holding a cup, like Kiddush, you have these 5 fingers. Sham explains over there in the Zayar, which is the Gevura. I mean, we have this cup, we're pouring all these brachas, but we have to have the Hegevurus, the 5 fingers surrounding the cup, to remind ourselves and to show us that all the chesed that we want is good, but it has to have with Gevura. And this is a very important point for us in our lives. All the chesed that we want and the kindness you want to help someone. Helping someone is not giving them, there's a drug addict, and you give him tzedakah, that's not Gevura, that's not chesed. It feels like chesed maybe, or looks like chesed on the outside, but really it's the opposite of chesed. You're not being kind to the person, you're giving them money to destroy their lives more. The gevura would be, hey, I want to give you the money, but it's going to be wasted. How can we use the money wisely? Maybe it's help you pay for getting help, maybe buying them food or a place to sleep, something that you know won't be used in the wrong way. Vehem dafka nikro yeshuis. And this specifically is called salvation, and their fingers. It's like it says that these 5 fingers are called the 5 salvations. Look over there for the explanation of the Ramaz. These are the 5 gevuros that's coming from all the way from Atik. Atik, remember, said it's like this level, one of the levels of Inkeser. It's a very high level, but that's the source of it. And what we're showing is that all the kindness that we have and we want has to come with gevura. So mitzvah Hashem by all of us, we should all have that, learn how to balance the two, because it's a hard balance, and have the chesed on one hand, and that's sort of the beginning is chesed, but together with that you have the hey gevuros, and that's the gevura that's kind of balancing it to make sure the chesed is being done right, and that it's very important for us. We want to do good things, could be for ourselves. We have to see the chesed of it and also the gevura of it, and the gevura is to help us define it, to make sure that it's being done properly. I want to take care of myself. I want to be nice to myself. That's a good chesed. So the gevura is, but how do we do it in a productive way? I want to make sure, hey, I want to have a beautiful day. That's my chesed. The gevura is, so I have to make sure to go to bed on time. I want to have a good life. I want to be healthy. Make sure I eat healthily. And it's always that balance. And mitzvah Hashem, all of us, we should be able to figure out this balance, and we should use it out the way it was intended. And then the ultimate, is having chesed and gevura, and comes to serving Hashem, having the chesed and the gevura. Have an amazing day.